Hi, so we'll be using this file called W10 data stream, and the sheet is employee cache. Okay, so this example is an interesting one. In this example, or exercise, whatever you call it, you have to use pivot longer and pivot wider together. I mean, not together, step by step, but you have to apply both of them. Okay, so as you can see, when you import the data, we need to skip first three rows, then we need to get rid of some variables. This is the code and the currencies, so we don't need them. And the years are given on, column by column. We need to reshape them. Okay, let's fire up our studio, then we'll see what's going on. Okay, where is our studio? Where is our studio? Alright, so here is our studio. I'm going to read the file. I have already loaded the libraries. So here's, I'm calling it dfec, employee cache ec. Okay, so here's the data. It's just, okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the output one more time here. Nope, not this is dfec. Okay, dfec. So I'll get rid of these two variables, code and currency. So this is why I am selecting 2, 3, but with minus sign. So if I do that, those columns would disappear. Okay, so they have disappeared. Okay, now step 2. I need to make this data long because years are given column by column. So I need to put them under a variable called year. Okay, so I'm saying calls equals -1, that is same as saying columns 1992 2020, or I can say columns 2 to column 32 because there are 32 columns. To say that these columns are giving me trouble, reshape them. Okay, so where should these names go? So that's why the names to year. And where should these values go to? I'm calling it numbers for now. You'll see why I'm using some trivial names. So let me just run this thing up to this point. Okay, so good to go. So now data is partially tidy. We are not fully tidy yet. Okay, so let's see what's going on. As you can see, the data provider provided the data with names and data types, and this data set consists of two important variables, employees and cash. So we need to get those two variables. So those variables are hidden here. So we need to separate this thing and create two new variables. One would be containing names and another would be containing the variable names. Okay, so what do we need to do? We need to separate. So we need to ask R, hey R, separate name. So here is name into two different variables, CNAME and type, because this is company name and this is the data type, employees or cash. Okay, and we need to use the separator dash here. Okay, so if we run up to this point, so it does separate. Now we have a variable CNAME, type, years and numbers. But look, this data is not tidy yet because the important variables, employees and cash, are given under the variable type. So what do we need to do? We need to pull this thing and have two different variables, employees and cash. So how do we do that? The function is pivot wider. So what do we need to do? We say pivot wider, get names from here, get names from the variable type. So this is why names from equals type, and the value should be from this column. Okay, so we'd be getting the values from the variable called numbers. So if I run up to this point, you'll see that it does the job. So it grabbed the variable names, employees, cash from the variable called type. Okay, so these names are not nice, so what you can do, we can rename them. So employees, this is my new name, and I'm saying okay, this is position 3, or I could have said employees. If I put employees here as well instead of 3, it would do the same thing. Okay, now let me run up to this point. See, it does the job. Either I put the column number or the variable names. And if you notice, here is given as character, so I am just converting it to integer. So if I run up to this, now data is tidy. Now you can do whatever you want. For this example, I'm going to plot a bar plot. Okay, so, and I'm only considering data of greater than 2014, so it's just an example. It's up to you what you want to plot, but the main goal was to clean the data up to this point. The rest you can do so many things. Okay, for now just I'm filtering up to greater than 2014, so it will ignore data until 2014. Okay, so if I run up to this point, you'll see that I have data from 2015, starting from 2015. All right, now just an example. If I want to plot the employees for each company, I can use geom call. Okay, and if I want to express the employees in terms of in 1000, so I'm just dividing by 1000 here. So if I run this code, it'll be good to go. Okay, and notice that I am using the position dodge, otherwise it would show a different plot. Okay, so there you go. So it depends what you want. The main idea is you need to make your data tidy before you do anything. So until this point, data wasn't tidy. We made tidy, then ggplot was just an example of what we can do with our tidy data. All right, see you in the next video. Bye bye.